Hello again. It's time. Episode 2 time. Before I get started into the topics that I wanted to talk about today, I want to say thank you to everybody that shared, liked, and commented, especially people that voiced their opinion on the last episode, because that more than anything really helps me to get a grasp on what people want to see, and also get to see if this is still something that the community is interested in. And by the looks of things, people are still genuinely interested in something like this. So definitely something I'm going to continue doing in the future. And again, just to everybody, thank you for being so kind and with all the encouragement to carry on going. But yeah, so today I get asked this question probably more than anything. And it is, who do I think, in my opinion, is currently the best player on PS4? And so, oh wait, hang on, I got a phone call. Hello? Yeah, I'm just recording it now. I'm just doing it now. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up the best player currently on PS4. Yeah, it's you. Yeah, don't worry. Just quickly though, like, we are still in that agreement. Like, if I say you're the best player, you're gonna unblock all of my accounts and you're gonna let me watch your YouTube streams and everything. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's fine. No. It's fine. No. I'll let him know. Don't worry. Yeah. All right. Try. Right, so the best player, in my opinion, currently on PS4 has got to be Bass Drops. There's nobody I think comes close. I think he is just... You can't get any higher, you know? I don't care what Japanese leaderboard you're on. I don't care how many tournaments you won. You sure as hell ain't Bass Drops, aka Cripples Orphans. So, straight away, just out of the way, really quick one. I don't think anybody expected anything different, to be honest, so we'll just move on. So, the next thing I want to talk about is the biggest problem on PS4, in my opinion. And I don't think there's anybody that is going to disagree with me when I say this. And it is the blocking pandemic, as I like to call it, that's going on PS4. Now, for those of you that don't know, on PS4, you can go to somebody's account, you can go on their profile, and you can simply just make it so that they will never have anything to do with you in any way, shape, or form whatsoever ever again. But what this means is you can't connect to them in any game. It doesn't matter what game it is. If you can play multiplayer, you sure as hell ain't playing with them because you're blocked. And this is such a huge problem on PS4. It's a really big problem. Myself, for example, and a couple of other people that I frequent with and that I play with, I've got about 5 accounts. A lot of people thought I stopped playing the game because I just have so many fucking accounts. But the whole reason I've made those accounts was mainly because I was just getting blocked all the time. Like, every single time I have made a new account, I have invaded and been invaded by people that I thought had just stopped, like just quit straight up, right? And I notice a huge difference between playing on like my main account, Karaoke, and playing on like any other of my alternate accounts, even my actual main account, Ninja Seal V2. If I get on that account, I have way more activity than I normally would on like my other account. But that's not really the biggest issue that it causes, because the main way that people play this game these days is invasions, right? And the best way to get a lot of invaders in your world is with a Gravelord. But if the Gravelord is somebody that has you blocked currently, you're not going to get in their world, so you also can't play with the abundance of other players in their world, right? So it doesn't just kill the activity in a sense of like, oh, I can't invade this one person. It's, I can't invade this one person and currently everybody else that's in that person's world. Now, to some extent I can understand blocking somebody, right? I have there are mandatory blocks that I have when I make a new account, right? If your block list is anything but Red Egg, Winchan, Inertia, Tattoo, and Genamu, you're doing it wrong. you need to rethink that list, buddy, because I'm just speak of the devil, there he is. I'm watching this back while I record this, and there he is, the devil himself. But I can understand blocking somebody that comes into your world and their immediate reaction is to just run away and camp in your world for the next half an hour. I can understand that, and I've blocked people that do just that. But I don't see the point in killing your activity in a game that is already on its knees struggling, just because you might not agree with like a certain playstyle that they use, a certain build that they use. And don't tell me that running into the PvE is a playstyle, alright? That's not a playstyle, that's just you not having very many friends. I'm really sorry, but if that is how you enjoy playing the game, I don't want to play with you. but but it is a serious problem, because blocking people ruins more than what you might think it ruins. Moving slightly on from that topic, I want to talk about some of the messages that I actually got regarding last episode. I had one person come to me and say that they think that I should script the video a little bit more, and it was something I was really contemplating. I was contemplating scripting episodes just so they were a bit less rambly, a lot less cuts, because I've already made like 6 cuts already. I'm looking at the video right now, I've made like so many cuts. But I'm gonna decide to not do that, mainly because I want these to seem as genuine as possible. I feel like if I gave you guys a script that I read off of, you might think that, oh, maybe that isn't actually what he thinks, and he's thinking more along the lines of, what would I expect people to want me to say? And that's not how I want these videos to go. I want you guys to know that these are my thoughts and opinions off the dome, off the top of my head. I haven't, said something that I otherwise might not say if put on the spot to say it. I want these things to be genuine. I want it to feel like a conversation. Another one that I got was kind of a shame. I wasn't I wasn't expecting to get this kind of comment, but I had a comment from somebody, not on YouTube. It was dealt with privately. Somebody was not happy that they had made it into the video, and I just want to put this out there now so I don't have to do it in the future. If you are in the video, it doesn't mean anything. The way I've started doing this is I get on and I'll usually dedicate an hour to just getting clips. You know, I will invade, I will like try to use funny clips, you know, things that I think are entertaining, as well as just like my invasions, really. Right now, what you're seeing is like something I did with a friend just in Berg. We were just messing around, nothing serious. Like, I don't want people seeing themselves in these videos and thinking, "Wow, he's calling me bad," or, you know, he thinks he's better than me or something. Like, that's not what this is about. Like, I'm just getting on, and what I get is what I get. It's just what happens. But it's a shame because I didn't want anybody to be offended by something I meant for the community to enjoy, and instead somebody didn't look at it that way. They thought it was more of a being put on blast kind of thing, like which isn't the case whatsoever. But yeah, that was just another thing that like I wanted to address before somebody else's feelings got hurt, because that's not what this is about. Now, I wanted to talk about people that I think you should give a watch. I've only got a few down because I know there's so many. I'm gonna go over some people's streams that I think you should watch as well, and I'm gonna try and put all these in the description. Forgive me if I mention it and I don't put you in the description. It's completely on accident. If you want to get at me, just, you know, message me on Discord or something. But I'll start with the streams. I really like watching Vedkurds. I don't know what it is about Vedkurds, bro. He is just so funny. I don't know if he's joking, if it's a character, but that guy is so funny, bro. Every time I go into his chat, he's doing like the hey thing. Like, it's so fucking, bro, it's so funny. And like, it's refreshing as well because like, he's just having fun. He's just messing around, you know. He's not taking anything seriously. He's making jokes the whole time. You definitely need to watch Vedkurds on Twitch. He's great. Another guy has got to be Horse, of course. It has to be as well. It's got to be mentioned, bro. Not just his streams though. Although I think his streams are great. His videos as well are great. When you're uploading montages, actually, let me start with it. A common misconception back in the day was that you had to upload a montage just showing off absolute highlights, nothing but highlights, and it kind of blurred that line of like, is this person actually a good player, or are they just like uploading things that it took them 3 hours to like get that one ring swap? And you start to wonder, like, you know, are they actually the player that they're showcasing, you know? With Horse, that is not the case. Like, that guy is just good. That guy is just straight up good, bro. You can't, like, if you watch his video and you are thinking, if you have watched Horse's videos and you're thinking this guy's just a swapper, you need to go watch his Twitch and you'll see that he has a really good understanding of this game and plays it at such a high technical level when he's thinking about everything that he's doing. He's probably going to get so pissed that I'm gassing him up right now. He's probably going to get so annoyed that I'm like just gassing him up so big, bro. Because now he's going to have to sweat on stream every single day. But yeah, Sasha on YouTube, you're gonna have to watch Sasha as well. I think Sasha, hands down. Okay, there's this meme that has been since Xbox 360 days. It's like Sasha pulls off perfect pivots. It used to be Perp pulls off perfect pivots, and then Sasha ended up getting the tag as well. But I think Sasha has got the best movement in the game. I think if you want to learn the things that remaster and 60 FPS allows you to do, with the movement, you need to watch Sasha. Sasha's movement is insane. Like, he's got really good movement, better than me, 100%. I feel that Sasha utilizes pivots very well. He if you also want to watch just like arse clenching levels of Gravelord gameplay, you need to watch that kid, bro. He will run a country mile if it means he will kill an Asia. He's the only guy that won't block the player because they ran away, because that just fuels him. Sorry, just had to make a quick cut there because I choked thinking about Sasso chasing an Asia. But yeah, I just wanted to throw a few streams out there. I'm sorry if I didn't mention your stream. It's not personal and is nothing against you. I just wanted to rack off one or two before I go to the videos, which is what I really wanted to talk about, because I feel like there are some videos that are still important to this day, regardless of how old they are, right? So first, it's obviously got to be Sub's video. Sub's video is a must. It is an absolute must. That video has got 54,000 views, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that video's got 54,000 views as it stands. And that video is an absolute must, because it just covers things that a new player would need to know, if not straight away, eventually. They would need to know that stuff. Things like option selects, why certain things happen when BSs are taking place, why BSs are so strong, and the reason they are so overly used in the meta today, and over the course of the entirety of Dark Souls, really. Option selects, another really important thing that you need to learn, in my opinion, because they're crucial, especially when used in certain situations. I feel like that all option selects have a place in the meta, whether it be the parry BS, the two-hand option select, and kit confirming. Kit confirming is so strong in fact that I'm going to make a video about kit confirming soon. But another video another video that I think is really important is Moth's poise counting video. Poise is one of the biggest threats, and I think one of the biggest factors that turns a lot of new players away from this game. Because say a Dark Souls 3 player comes to Dark Souls 1, the only kind of anti-stagger thing that they have is hyper armor, which, I'm going to be honest with you, hyper armor, I don't see it being as off-putting as something like passive poise, because you simply just wait for them to swing and it's over. You just go back in. But Moth's video is very important for a new player, because poise can be quite a overwhelming factor of the PvP. He breaks down things like counting the poise, because each weapon, the spell, there's some consumables as well, I'm pretty sure, deal poise damage, and he goes over counting those. He doesn't go over every single weapon's poise damage. He more just goes over accumulating it and adding it all up and how it's utilized in PvP. It goes over things like phantom poise, things that are essential for learning the game's PvP. Another one, which is the oldest one out of the 4 that I've got listed, is Lone's roll punish video. A video that is so old at this point that I'm sure that there are some of you that's not even seen it. I'll definitely remember to link that one in the description. Lone's video on roll punishes is still very good to this day. in the last video, I said that not all tech videos are outdated and, you know, not usable anymore. And Lone's video is a perfect example of that. Something so simple as punishing rolls is something that is also really looked over by a lot of new players that are just kind of focusing on just getting the BS, when really you could get a punish out of like 80% of people's gameplay these days just by them rolling badly, and Lone covers this really, really well. So definitely you need to watch that. And then finally I've actually got two videos here from Zane, BadManChief as it were. His situational swap video, which covers things like rings, armor, and I think it's weapons. I haven't watched the video in a long time, but it's definitely one of the things that I remember being good for the time and a much needed video. Definitely check out that video. I'll link it in the description again. And also Zane's role baiting video. Zane's role baiting video actually helped me understand a lot of that stuff and implementing it into my gameplay later on. Because I don't think people give Dark Souls 1 enough credit for what you actually have to be looking for and the extent you can go to with punishes in this game. It is crazy. The things that you can make the human brain do just by playing a certain way is why I love this game. And that brings me on to what inspired me to keep playing as a new player. And it's just that. It's the fact that over time I really realised that this game is more than just running up to somebody and swinging and pressing R1. It's which again is a lot of what turns people away, is the fact that you are so easily punished in this game by a player that really knows what they're doing. And that made me want to keep playing, because I didn't want to be the player that got their shit pushed in all the time. You know, I wanted to learn what I saw everybody else doing. I'll let you in on a little insight. The first meta player, quote unquote try-hard player that ever invaded me was Typhy Cox, right? He invaded me on a Havelmum Great Club. I'd never seen a build like that, ever. Like, I'd never come up against a build like that. And I sent him hate mail. When he killed me, I sent him hate mail. But from that day, it was like something switched in me. That must have been like... God, that must have been like 2013? Something like that. Nah, a bit later, I think. Anyway, regardless. Stuff like that was what kept me wanting to play the game, was knowing that there was a bunch of stuff that I didn't know about a game that I was currently falling in love with at the time. I don't think that interest is there in the same way. There's definitely still people that want to learn how the game works, the ins and outs of everything. I do think there are still people that want that, but a lot of it comes more from just watching other people and wanting to be as good as them and wanting to beat them. I don't think it comes from just a genuine love for the game, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but definitely what keeps me playing, especially, let me talk about what kept me playing in the later years, was definitely that merge of the Xbox 360 players and the PS3 players, right? Because every platform thought they were better than the other platform. And don't sit there thinking that you didn't. You definitely did. You definitely did think that. Because I also thought that. And that merger of the platforms was the thing that really kept me wanting to play, because I went into PS4 Remaster thinking I was the shit, bro, right? I'm not gonna lie, I got my shit pushed in by the majority of PS3 players. I really did. Zero, let me talk about Zero, bro. I thought I was good at this game until I played with Zero. That guy is crazy. Zero had this one playstyle that he used, because obviously there's no ghost strikes in Remaster. So he would use like a 61 poise double ring. No, he would use like a 31 poise, I believe it was, double ring, 66 strength, with heater shield and great club. And all he would do was he would play on the back foot, with his shield up, doing absolutely nothing until you whiffed or failed a pivot. And if you turned your back, he was running up to you and kick confirming. Because if he feels that you're going to try and desync your back, he will just run up to your back and kick confirm it. And if you turned around, you were eating like 1600. Like, stuff like that was crazy to me, because I'd never been punished like by a player that just sat there and let me kill myself, essentially. There was a lot of that. Spades taught me a lot of that as well. The amount of times Spades would just let me write my own death. He'd just let me dig my own grave until I just slowed down a little bit. Harce was a person that taught me a lot of what I know now about abusing latency and how to really play around and what you can do with latency, because he just understands that so well. He knows exactly how to utilize that. And another player is Wapom. Oh my god, bro. Wapom, I love that guy so much, bro. You know what? I'm gonna go back to the streams. When Wapom used to stream, it was like one of the best times for Remaster, especially on PS4. That guy was so inspiring to me, the way he played, because again, he was like Harce in that he could do all this cool shit, but he was also just a fantastic player. Really solid player. I love Wapom to this day. You know, such a nice guy as well. Doesn't have that much to do with the community anymore, but occasionally I will see him on. I'm not gonna like talk about his PSN or anything, because I know he likes his privacy. But Wapom is such a great player, and definitely a huge reason of why I kept playing, because I just wanted to understand everything about that guy's gameplay, and he was so great. I do miss Wapom a lot, and Wapom, if you're listening, I miss you so much, bro. You need to start streaming again, bro. You really do. I'm sure people would love to watch you stream again. But really quickly, because this is nearly the end, I want to talk about builds that I love to use currently. And a lot of my builds you've probably seen on stream if you watch my stream. I use a lot of 54 poise builds these days, and the main reason for that is because in Remaster, of course, you haven't got to worry about getting ghost strike or anything, or dead angled. So 54 poise is actually really optimal, because it allows you to tank two-handed Claymore R1 and two-handed Kumo R1. It doesn't allow you to tank the entire moveset. Two-handed running R1 from both weapons will still stun you. So you have to watch out for that, but it's as simple as toggling those attacks, because the stun is so long that you actually have a huge window to react to that sort of stuff, and it's very easily punished because the recovery on those attacks are so high. So I use a lot of that, and I utilize putting those points into either HP. So I will use like I have them on Great Club with a pocket rapier with 2000 HP, because I'm using the points that would have gone into endurance for other things like 12 decks or 14 decks. I actually think that if you're going to make a Great Club build, especially for Township, and especially because the way the meta is in Remaster, it is better to have at least 14 decks, just so that you can use things like Shotel, Chaos Uchi, S-Stock, Rapier, all these things that really do help when it comes to invasions in Remaster. And lastly, the very last thing I want to talk about, because it is still rampant to this day, and I'm guilty of it myself, I cannot sit here and play Angel. Do not let others' toxicity ruin your enjoyment of what is a fantastic game, right? Toxicity has always been a problem, in my opinion, in this game, but you really shouldn't let it deter you from playing, especially if you're enjoying your time. Don't let anybody else ruin what good time you're having. That's going to be it. I wish I had more. I wish I had more time, but I don't. I'm sorry. The video's going to end. I love you all. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.